talking a lot this weekend about Holden's announcement to withdraw their factory support from Walkinshaw Racing from next year. Now, at the coalface of all of this, of course, are the drivers James Courtney and Garth Tander. They both come off contract at the end of the season. So what happens to them moving forward?
Well, Jess, it's a lot of falling out, isn't it? That's one of the things in terms of the gravity of this announcement, moving Holden Racing Team to Roland Dane's outfit, and this team behind us with such heritage, such success and such a great supporter base. The guys at the coalface, as you said, are James Courtney and Garth Tander. They're off contract, and there's a lot of rumour, Russell, about what's going to happen with James Courtney, because I'm hearing over the weekend that Nissan have made him a big offer, and the GT Prototype Series, which he has raced in before, would like him to come back and race there. So what does James Courtney do? Well, it's one of the questions I got for Ryan Walkinshaw within my interview with him tomorrow. But you're right. I mean, we've got to remember JC's or James's racing history has always come from overseas. He's done more racing overseas than he actually has done in Australia. So he can travel. So that is an option for him to go back to Japan. He's got good ties and a good relationship there as well. We'd love to see him stay in Australia though, but will he stay at this team? I'm not so sure. Like you said, the Nissan thing seems to be gaining momentum as well, but I'm hearing a little bit of BJR as well. Right. So that could be the... You know, there's a bit of talk about Bridie. Will he stay, won't he? Well, that sort of thing going on as well. So BJR could be an option too. So if, for instance, that's the case, because there is a lot of conjecture about the BOC car, meaning their sponsorship is very strong. They've been with BJR for a long time. But Jason Bright, does he stay? And I'm also hearing that Nick Percat is in the fray in there. So what happens with BJR is a very interesting scenario. Well, Nick's a good choice. I mean, he's a good steerer. I think he's done some really good things in that LDM car. And he's had a lot of experience now. He's been around a fair while, so that'll be a good choice for him as well. But definitely the whole... I mean, HRT is going to really kick off the driver market. And it not only stops there. We look a little way down the road as well to Volvo as well, with the departure of Scott McLaughlin. What are GRM going to do? I mean, and that's still going to be a good seat. No matter if they've lost Volvo, well, they have lost Volvo, but it's still a good seat. Fast cars, like, what's your read there? Well, I think there's a couple of things to come out of that. McLaughlin's actually caused the whole drama, hasn't he? Because by him moving to DJR Team Penske, then what does Scott Pye do? So the music's about to run out and there are... Chairs are getting less. So I think that Scott Pye is, at the moment, working very hard on trying to get a drive with Holden Racing Team. He's also on the phone to Todd Kelly at Nissan. So Michael Caruso's the other one out of the Nissan camp right in front of us. And what happens to Michael, because he's driven very well, I would say that he will stay here. It's all about the Nissan announcement moving forward. Caruso will stay here. Let me throw one quick one in. Garth Tander. I hear he's been seen with his manager down at GRM. Volvo drive for Garth Tander? Valvoline. Jess, it's on for young and old down here. There's a lot of conjecture, but it's all started by the McLaughlin move and the HRT announcement. Yeah, there's plenty to play out in the driver market. Who lands where next year? We will be following all of those stories very closely, so stay tuned for them. Time for the